Hey guys, welcome to the Money Zone. I'm your host, Folasade, the accountability accountant, guys, and I'm so excited and so blessed to be with you guys on this beautiful Tuesday, guys. Let's really be honest. The weather's been crazy. We haven't gotten any snow yet. I don't want it, but yes, it's been beautiful here in Maryland, guys. We are about 2-3 weeks away from 2024. And if you're like me, your mind is all over the place. You're like, oh my gosh, it's year end. What do I need to be doing? It's a lot that we need to be doing. We're preparing for Christmas and all sorts of things. However, while we're preparing for Christmas and doing all of those things, guys, as business owners, as taxpayers, anybody that want to pay as little taxes as possible, or anybody that dream of being organized and have their ish in order, then we're going to talk about a few things that you guys need to be doing for year end. Okay, so right now, what's today? Oh, why am I staying not going up? Okay, hold on, y'all. Right now, today is the 5th, I think, of December. We have what, 26 more days left into the new year. So what I want to do, guys, before we dive in, because I'm gonna take a little 5-minute break because I got to pull up my screens and all my documents and stuff. But we're going to go over a few things that you guys need to do to prepare for year end. Okay. We're also going to talk about some tax strategies that you guys need to be doing year in. And then we're going to also talk about a few mental things that you guys need to do for year end. So we're here. 2023 is over with. We're actually literally, if you are a business owner, your mind should already be in 2024. Okay. And if you are an organized person, you've probably already planned out your 2024. Only the people that wing life, no offense, okay? Only the people that wings life and don't take their finances and things and seriously tend to wait until the very last minute. But I am here to prevent that from happening. So if you guys are new to me, I'm Folasade, the owner of Suncrest Financial Services located in Maryland. Okay. I help individuals and small businesses save money on their taxes. Okay. Build profitable, scalable, and sustainable businesses. And then in turn, I hate to use this word, I help you guys build generational wealth. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a little break, like 1 minute break, because I have so many tabs I need to pull up. And then we're going to dive right into what you guys need to be doing to prepare for 2024. So if you guys are watching me on any social media platform and you do not see my screen and you want to see my screen, head over to our YouTube channel, which is Folasade TV, our YouTube channel, which is Folasade TV. Let me see if I can put it at the bottom. Let me see. No, I don't even have the stuff here. Let me see. Let me see. No, that's too small. All right. So head over to our YouTube channel, which is Folasade TV. Like the video and subscribe to our channel, guys. Yeah. So I'm gonna take a quick little 2-minute break, guys, and I will be right back. And they'll be like, Falasha, you just took a break. Yes, but I got to get my stuff in order, guys. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Hey, loves. It's your girl, Folasade, the accountability accountant. And I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's episode of The Money Zone. If you know, I know, you should have shared that video up with your friends or your family, because our goal is to build generational wealth. So do me one favor, share the video and subscribe to our mailing list by clicking the link below. All right, guys, and I am back. Oh my gosh, I scraped my foot. And I am back, guys. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, we're going to be talking about year end, what you guys need to be doing to prepare for 2024, some tax strategies and some few things. So if you know of someone that will be interested in this type of content and you tell them Folasade is live, please share the video, guys. Okay, so first things first, guys, let me go ahead on and share my screen. As a business owner, there are certain things that you guys should be doing. So if you are looking at my screen right now, you're probably seeing a document that says bookkeeping, right? And I know a lot of you like, holy cow, Folasade, I don't have no bookkeeping. So this is like the little year-end checklist that we send to our bookkeeping clients, and I will not give you guys all of this, but I'm just going to go through this briefly so you guys can know exactly on the financial side what you guys need to be doing, okay? All right, so first things first, if you are a business owner, please, you need to start accumulating all of your expenses and all of your income. That is the concept here of bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is the accumulation of all of your income and all of your expenses. So if you're not doing that right now in your business, you're doing yourself a disservice. So the first thing that you guys need to do is, at least at a minimum, start to collect all of your income and start calculating all of your expenses, okay? So the second thing you guys need to do, if you have an accountant and if you are my client, year end is here. I need all of my documents. I need all of my outstanding requests. If your accountant has been requesting your bank statements and all of your documents, guys, we need it. How are we going to close out your books? And when I say close out your books, meaning do the last few transactions so we can move to the next month. How are we going to close out your books if you're not giving us all of our outstanding requests? So first things first, guys, make sure you accumulate all of your expenses. The second thing you guys need to do is make sure you talk with your accountant if you have one. That's what I'm talking to right now, and make sure you give them all of your outstanding requests. Okay. The second thing that you guys need to do, if you are a service-based business, if you are a product-based business, and you sell products on Etsy, products on Shopify, wherever you sell it at, whatever platform, right? This is the time, guys, you need to be doing year-end inventory. Yes, you need to be counting how much products do you have left on hand. So let's say, for example, you sell bonnets, okay? If you sell bonnets, right now it's December 5th, so you don't have to do your calculations now, but if you want to start a little early, you can. But what you would do is go and count how many do you have left in stock if you don't have a automatic accounting system or using a software to track it. So if you're not using a software to track your inventory, guys, you have to have year-end inventory calculated. I see so many new small business owners fall short with this. You guys sell these products. Excuse me, guys. You guys sell these products, and then you come to me, oh, yeah, Folasade, I need to file my taxes. And you don't have nothing involving your cost of goods sold. So your cost of goods sold consists of the inventory that you purchased, the product that you purchased, the boxes, the labels, and basically anything that is required to get your product to your customer. Okay. That is considered your cost of goods sold. So right now, if you sell a product, you need to be calculating what is your ending inventory. So when I file your taxes, right, I can come up with the correct amount for your cost of goods sold. From my professional experience, the IRS has increased audits with individuals that sell products because you guys are not calculating the cost of goods correctly on your return. A lot of you are only giving us the amount that you purchased. That doesn't work. A lot of you are just giving us the beginning inventory. That doesn't work. A lot of you guys are just giving us the ending inventory. That don't work. We need all of them. Beginning inventory, your purchases, and your ending inventory. Okay. The IRS have beefed up audits. And guys, can I give you some details? One of my clients was an actual IRS employee, and they ended up getting audited, and I had to represent them against the IRS. Okay. And they dug heavily into their cost of goods sold. Okay. So if you're a product-based business, please make sure you're calculating your beginning inventory, which you should have done already, your purchases, And then last but not least, the amount of inventory that you have on hand as of December 31st. Okay. So guys, here's one of these technical conversations we're having. Remember, I told you guys, I can't come on here all the time and pop my stuff and have fun all the time. We actually have to talk about some technical things so I can help you guys further catapult your business and make sure you guys are doing things right. Yeah, we're going to have fun, but not now. Hey, Leo. But not now, guys. We're going to have a little bit of fun later on throughout the show. But right now, I really need us to put our business hat on, okay? I need us to put our business hat on, and so we can do things right. Remember, guys, they are increasing audits. I'm seeing it. My staff is seeing it. We're getting so many requests for audits, and IRS is beefing up their collections. So with that being said, it's time for us to tighten up things. Guys, I've been begging for years now. It's here. Okay. Let me go back to my year-end sheet. All righty. So we talked about the inventory. Okay. Okay. So another thing you guys need to do is make sure at the end of the year, you are actually accumulating all of your documentation, all of your 1099s, all of your W-2s. And if you purchase my book, Audit Proof, okay, 11 steps to write off everything. If you've invested in my book, you would know why you want to make sure you have all of your pay stubs and all of your W-2s and all of your 1099s. If you didn't purchase Audit Proof, then you don't know why it's imperative for you guys to keep those intricate records. So invest in Audit Proof, head over to Amazon, purchase the book. When you get to that part, you're going to be like, oh my God, Folasade, these people are crooks. You're going to be so surprised. But it's in your best interest, guys, to make sure you keep up with your pay stubs, make sure you keep up with your W-2s, and then also, if you are a business owner of any sort, sell any product or any service, you want to make sure that you go and accumulate all of your 1099s from all of the merchants that you sold products and services on. So merchants, when I say merchants, guys, that's Stripe, that's PayPal, that's Square, that can be Zelle, that can be Vimo, that can be Cash App. Look, we got so many options, guys. It can be authorized.net. It can be your bank's merchant. Whatever your merchant is, make sure you get every, okay, not just one, not the two, every 1099 from your banks, guys. And then, like I said, if you purchase my book, you're gonna know why you want to make sure you have all your records and stuff, guys. These folks shady for real, like shady, shady, shady. Okay. Alrighty, so you guys going to get your 1099s and your W-2s, and then if you and then also your pay stubs. Don't just collect just the W-2. Make sure you have at least your year-end pay stub, okay? Alrighty. And then last but not least, guys, and what I'm going to end up showing you here, I'm just going to show you briefly on the thing that we send our clients at the end of the year. We have like a little tax strategy section on the sheet. And it basically just shows them a few tax strategies according to the structure of their business. Okay. So as you can see here, it says sole proprietors. If you operate your business from your home and do not have another office, please proceed to calculate your total household expenses, because then they're able to possibly take the business use of home deduction. So right now with this year-end stuff, guys, as a business owner and an individual, you need to do the following things. But if I were you, I will also head over to my link tree and invest into my 101 tax deductions. It's $5. Here's why. I want you guys to go through this and check off every tax strategy that is listed here that is pertaining to you. Okay. So for example, I say here are 3 of the only few tax credits for small businesses. Here's the work opportunity and welfare to work programs, and then some more. So if you have employees and you've hired them, you may qualify for the work opportunity credit. Okay. So I advise you guys go down through my 101 tax deductions and highlight every tax strategy that may benefit you. Okay. So like right here, I say most businesses miss the section 179 and or just supposed to say bonus depreciation. The majority of you have bought computers. You guys have purchased cars. You guys have purchased equipment and things like that. or what is this, content creator equipment and things like that, you guys can go ahead on and do depreciation for those equipments and things that you guys purchased. Okay, so if I were you, before the end of the year, make sure you go down my 101 tax deduction sheet, guys, because you're going to realize that the majority of you have been missing out. And guys, this is not the final version. This is one of the ones, my team have it on the site, and I don't function behind the scene. So I just come up with what I want to talk about and I search it and I just take whatever that they have available that I can see. But this is not the paid version that you guys get. So you're seeing a little bit of grammatical errors. And this is just one of the preliminary ones before we have officially updated. Okay, so like for example, it says here Roth IRA contribution is not tax deductible, right? But an IRA contribution can be tax deductible. Okay, so if you have a retirement account that's a Roth and you want to get a tax deductible contribution, then you wouldn't contribute into your Roth this year. You would contribute into your TSP or your 401k. So guys, this is the time of the year where it's time for you guys to really start to look at the true picture of your finances. Okay, so you want to do that. And if you guys saw on my screen as well, it also says to get a separate bank account. Many of you are operating these businesses like it's a hobby. Okay, and remember in one of my videos that I recently did, when I talked about hobbies and things, those were one of the defining factors. Are you operating that business like it's a business, or are you operating it like a hobby and not having a bank account and not having your bookkeeping and not having everything in order, guys? This is the time where you have to make sure you have everything in order. The IRS is tightening up. They just recently sued somebody for $14,000. I'm like, oh, IRS, you're spending somebody's salary. I had to charge up the computer, guys. You're spending somebody's salary for the year to fight $14,000 that's owed. So if the IRS is willing to go after somebody for $14,000, you don't think they're going to audit more people? You don't think that they're going to make requests to see whether or not you're doing things right? You don't think that they're going to scrutinize your tax returns this time of the year? Next year? They are. Okay. And then last but not least, guys, if you would have invested into my 101 tax deductions, right, you would see that this is also the time for you guys to do your last minute charitable contribution. Okay. Some of you have old clothes around the house. Some of you have extra coins. Some of you have money in a retirement account or something, and you want to be charitable, right? This is the time for you guys to also give to your charitable organization. However, I personally don't recommend you guys just blindly go and give the charitable donation unless you're doing it from the bottom of your heart. Do it blindly, right? But if you're not doing the charitable contribution from your heart, well, let's say it's from your heart. If you are doing the charitable contribution from your heart, but you also want to make sure you get a tax deduction for it, you need to pull out your tax return from prior year and see if you qualify for itemized deductions. And remember, your itemized deductions are the following: your mortgage insurance, your property taxes, your state taxes that you paid in your W-2, okay? And then your registration fees, your medical expenses, okay? And then if you've done any charitable work, your charitable contributions. However, some of you don't own a home. Some of you don't contribute enough to charity to be able to qualify for an itemized deduction. So the last thing that I want you guys to do is to go and contribute $5,000 to your church, hoping, because I've seen this happen, guys. This is why tax planning is so important. Hoping that you will be able to write it off on your taxes, and then guess what? You go file your return and we can't even write it off. Well, it's not beneficial for us to write it off. Okay, so check out my 101 tax deductions, so you can go through that as well, so you can maximize your tax deductions for the upcoming tax year. So put 1 in the chat if you guys got everything that I put down in this segment regarding what you guys should be doing for year end regarding your finances in particular. Not goal setting and all of that stuff. We haven't gotten there yet. What we need to be doing with the paperwork. If you understand, put 1 in the chat. If you don't understand, please put your comment there so I can make sure that we're all clear and you guys have the clarity that you need. Okay, put 1 in the chat if you get it. You got what I put down. And if you don't, put 1 in the chat and you're confused, just post your question. Okay, and I'll try to answer your question. Okay, all righty. So number 1, make sure that you invest in my 101 tax deduction so you can make sure that you know what you can write off. You want to make sure that you're accumulating all of your business income and your expenses. You want to make sure that you've calculated your ending inventory and beginning inventory and have all of your purchases accumulated. You also want to make sure you have your last pay stub, a copy of your W-2, and all of the 1099s that you will receive, okay? And then last but not least, make your last minute charitable contributions and your last minute retirement account contributions, okay? Your 401k and your TSP, your 405B, all of those things are pre-tax. So you get a deduction, a tax deduction for that, okay? It reduces your taxable income. And then also, depending on your total income, you may qualify for the saver's credit, right? But if you have a Roth, you are contributing the amount into your retirement account after taxes, right? So you don't get a tax deduction for that, okay? So just know it's a strategy behind it all. And you want to make sure this is why you have your own financial professional to assist you guys with this. So like prime example, a few of my clients now that are business owners, they're sending me, that's not my bookkeeping clients, they're sending me their income and their expenses so I can see where they stand this upcoming tax year. Are they going to owe? And if they are going to owe, what we attempt to do is try to get them to make their last minute estimated tax payment. Okay? So guys, this is really the time for us to tighten up. We've been able to procrastinate and BS all throughout the year. It's time is here. The end of the year, time we run short, okay? All righty. So we talked about what you guys need to be doing on the finance side. And I'm going to take a little quick break because I need to shift from these documents. Let me see if there's one more thing on here that I want to tell you guys for year end. Okay, yes, one more thing. If you guys have an S Corp, if you guys has an S Corp, listen to me. All of these social media content creators, I'm one of them, but I ain't one of them that told you guys this. They forgot to tell you that as an S Corp, you are supposed to pay yourself a reasonable compensation on W-2. So if you are an S Corp and you have not paid yourself yet throughout the year on a W-2, guys, this is the time where you need to go ahead on and process that last year-end check. Okay, so you can pay your portion of Social Security and Medicare taxes and whatever federal and state taxes that may come out. So if you are an S Corp, please make sure you process your year-end last check. Or if you haven't processed the check for yourself as a business person yet, or as the business owner, you have to put yourself on payroll. Remember, S Corps have to have payroll. Do not be deceived that you don't pay taxes. You will pay taxes through your W-2, okay? And then also, if you are a partnership, a lot of partnerships are not paying their general partners correctly. I'm seeing your partnership agreement say you guys will get guaranteed payments, but when you file the tax returns, you don't have any guaranteed payments. So guaranteed payments is a tax deduction for your partnership. So pay yourself your guaranteed payment, especially if it's in your contract. If you are not paying yourself a guaranteed payment and it's in your partnership agreement, you've already failed. Okay? Okay, hopefully you guys got that. Remember, this is a bit technical right now. Okay? All right, guys, so I'm going to take one little minute break just so I can shift over, right? And then I'm going to stop this Instagram And then I'm going to go to my next topic, which is goal setting. Well, no, let me show you this thing on Instagram really quick that I want to show you guys. Because I think what I'm realizing is that a lot of us are not taking things serious. Let me see if I can find it. Give me 1 second, guys. Just give me some grace. Let me see. I hate when I'm searching online. It's better on the phone. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm about to show you guys this video really quick. Okay, let me share my screen. And then let me put my fair use clause at the bottom, guys. Just give me a second. All right. All right.
As us old, poor people are just so used to this lifestyle, I want to welcome you in open arms. I want to let you know that there's no judgment here.
Okay, let me refresh it.
Welcome to all the new poor people out there. You can thank the economy and the corporations and the government. But as us old, poor people are just so used to this lifestyle, I want to welcome you in open arms. I want to let you know that there's no judgment here. Old poor, new poor, we are all one. Here are a few tips to help you navigate your new life. Print out your bank account statements, go through every single line item. You're going to stop spending stuff on garbage. It's up to you to choose what garbage is. You're going to make humongous meals, big ones. Maybe you're going to take all Sunday and cook, and then you're going to freeze them, and you're going to eat them. You're going to take what you have and make it work for you. We have a wood stove. We dry clothes by it. You're going to watch what you spend your money on. You're going to learn how to do things like cook and sew so that when your clothes get holes in them, you don't have to throw them away and buy new ones. You just repair them. Instead of trying to find amazing things to do outside of the home, you're going to find amazing things to do inside of the home. Like start a family band. You will throw nothing away. What I'm trying to say is you don't have to spend money to be happy or cool. Being old poor is kind of like a badge of honor, and I'm so happy to share it with you guys. Being new poor is going to be uncomfortable, but I promise you, I'm here for you.
Okay, guys. Okay, so she was being a little bit funny, but to be honest with you guys, where we are hitting in terms of our economic system and the inflation and everything is just so expensive, we're actually getting close to the point where people are having to choose what's important. Instead of getting the Hanes briefs, you're now getting the Walmart version. Instead of getting the organic 2% milk, now you're getting the regular 2% milk. You know what I mean? So people are having to really evaluate their spending and cut back. And a lot of you are just stuck in a bubble and not understanding what's really happening. I also saw another TikTok where the nurse, I think I saved it. Let me see if I saved it. Where the nurse was like, "Oh, after I paid all my bills, after I did all of this, I had 200 and something dollars left." I was so disappointed because a lot of the Black people were like, "Yeah, that's my normal life. Yeah, yeah, you're not broke, but, you know." And honestly, guys, no one, I mean, no one, okay, should be completely broke and having to survive off $200 to $300 to until their next paycheck. No one. So I know in the Black community, we have gotten comfortable because we've always been in survival mode. We've always had less than. But I personally do not want you guys to succumb to that mindset that that's all we're good for is just living under the rock, pinching pennies and being stressed and underpaid and not being able to live a free life, guys. We are here because one, our government has made bad choices, but we've also allowed them to make bad choices. But independently, we all have also made very bad financial choices. And so what we need to do is accept accountability as an accountability accountant, that's really the only way to really move forward with your finances. You have to accept the mistakes that you made. If you overspent, if you blew your budget, if you just didn't do things, it's time to admit it and move on. And then now say, what could I do to prevent myself from being in that same predicament again? And if you look, so let me give you an example. Over like the past maybe 3 weeks, let me be honest now. Let's say maybe for the past 2 months, I've been eating out. And I told myself yesterday that that's it. So I'm like I'm like a buffet girl. I'm not the Ruth Chris type of girl. I can go to all of those places. I can afford to go all of those places, but I just like to eat, right? I like good food. I don't need ambiance and all of those things. I'm just an eater. I'm just a regular girl, right? And so I took myself out to the buffet yesterday to eat, and then I said, you know what? I'm not going to keep spending, because I realized the day before that I spent on some chicken wings. The day before that I spent on KFC. And I'm like, no, Folasade, you got to start cutting back. And here's why. That $20, that $30, that $40, that $50 does add up. But guess what society is giving us the excuse? Society is saying, oh, well, it costs just as much to cook in the home as to eat out. That's what everybody is saying. And now, honestly, I'm seeing it's true. But let me explain something to you guys before I go to the next topic and take my little break, right? If we all stop cooking, then they're really going to manipulate our food. I'm gonna say that again. If all of us stop cooking and stop buying groceries and cooking in the house, then the government really have a way to manipulate our food. We already have this GMO food, this GMO chicken and all of this stuff. You got seedless, every type of fruit now. If we all get comfortable with this, it costs just as much to eat out. It costs just as much to eat in a house as it does to eat out mindset, then eventually maybe a year, 2, 3, maybe 5 years from today, you will realize we would never have good quality food. So be mindful of these definitive type of social acceptance that we're in. The more and more we keep accepting what they're giving us, that this is the norm, they're going to end up now forcing this on us. And I want organic food. I want my kids to eat healthy. I don't, my kids don't eat out a lot. They're only allowed to eat out once a week. That's it. And then they don't always eat out that once a week. And then I'll tell them, hey guys, you didn't even eat out. And my kids prefer my food anyway. And so that's my blessing. But let's not get comfortable with that mindset that they want us to have, that it costs as much to cook as it does to eat out, because they're going to start manipulating our food as well. I promise you they will. They're already doing it now. Okay. So guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a quick little break, and then we're going to talk about goal setting, preparing for 2024, and rocking this thing on out, guys, because even as scared as I am, I'm a little fearful. I have to be honest. I don't know what to expect for 2024. It's been so much uncertainty, but I give God the grace and the glory, because, we could be in a worse situation, but I'm a bit concerned. And so with that being said, we still got to set goals. We still have to move life as usual. But am I the only one feeling like this? Like, even if we set goals, we may not achieve it because there's so much happening that's not in our control. Like, am I the only one? I don't know. But we're going to talk about that when we come back, guys. I'm going to take a quick little break. I'll be right back. I didn't realize how much help that I needed when I started my business. Like, I knew I couldn't do it by myself, but I didn't know to the extent of how much help I would need. So this is why your accounting is so important, because it's the difference between you being a one-man band for the rest of your life and you being able to hire your next right-hand man. And see, so for example, like me, I'm a service provider. So if I hire another individual in my office, the next thing would be someone that has a CPA or an enrolled agent, someone with the credentials of my caliber, right? So I can now officially somewhat delegate everything to them, right? And so it costs to hire an accountant. It costs. I'm gonna have to pay them no less than maybe 70 G's. So while all of you entrepreneurs thinking that it's so easy to really grow your business, now I already have 100 grand in payroll already. So when I add on another 70, so that's now taking my total payroll to $250,000. And so while you small businesses think that it's a game to level up and grow your businesses, when it's time for you to sacrifice that 70,000 to pay somebody, you're not willing to do so. So you stay where you are. Hey guys, welcome back to the Money Zone. I'm your host, Folasade, the Accountability Accountant, guys. If you're just tuning in, we talked about in segment 1 what you guys need to do to wrap up year end regarding your finances. So I gave you guys some amazing tips, and I also recommended you guys invest into my book, Audit Proof, so you can understand why it's important for you to keep your pay stub and why it's important for you to have your paperwork. You're going to see that all of these people, not everybody, a lot of people, guys, are so shady, and you need to make sure you protect yourself. So invest in Audit Proof. Head over to Amazon. You're going to see my name there. Just type in Audit Proof, guys. I'm so excited to get into segment 2, guys. So remember, before I closed out, I was like, oh my God, I'm concerned on whether or not should I set goals? What exactly should I be doing? And I'm going to be honest with you guys, because I'm not necessarily an open book, but I'm pretty transparent. I planned for this 2023 year, guys, but am I the only one that my plans did not go as I anticipated? Like, my revenue is down, okay? What else? I did launch my book now, so that is good. Okay, me and my team's synergy is amazing, right? Didn't expect to lose my sister and, 2 other people in my life this year. So 2023 was one of those years. I think it's one of our transitional years where we're now, how my sister used to tell me, we're leaving from the basement. You know how that Ayana Van Zet say, oh, you're in the basement, and then you go up the stairs. So we're leaving from the basement, and we're officially on the upstairs on the first floor. Now, me personally, I've already been out the basement. I'm already on the first floor. So I think I'm at like the second floor from what I experienced this year. So why am I saying this? Is that regardless of what's happening in this world, guys, we have to be faithful. And the only way you can really be faithful if you fully believe in God. And so right now, this is really that tussle where you're like, okay, God, what's going on? Should I plan? What should I do? And if you know how daddy feel, he still wants you to live your life, not in fear. You understand? So please make sure you goal setting. So what I'm about to do, guys, I'm about to share my screen of our goal setting worksheet. And this is not offered to the public at all. Our goal setting worksheet. And we're just going to go through it a little bit, okay? Alrighty. So, and if you want to see my screen, head over to our YouTube channel, which is Folasade TV, okay? Alrighty. So before you guys just jump right into goal setting, we first have to consider what are your big goals. I'm realizing that you guys never set like what life look for you. Like I know in the end, once I'm done hustling and bustling with Suncrest, right? I'm still going to keep the firm open and running. I just won't be in it, right? And my goal is to, travel the world with my husband, me and the kids to be free. I can live in Nigeria, live here, live in the UK. I want to be able to just be free, both financially and physically, and have options, right? And so with that being said, we have to actually have an idea of what that's going to cost us, because every year of our life, we have to now contribute to that vision. Okay. So if your goal, and the reason why we have to contribute to that vision, because a lot of us are not going to just get $100,000 dropped in our hand. A lot of us are not going to get $300,000 at one time, where you could just set that aside and say, oh, that's my travel money. That's this money. That's this money. That's this money. The majority of us have to work hard and save and put aside and be intentional and deliberate. So right now, if you guys are just setting goals for 2024, I need you to stop for a minute. I need you to set a goal for the bigger picture. What does life look for you? Are you going to be single in a nursing home? Are you going to be married, but you don't want to travel? Are you going to be married and live on a farm? Do you want to be a traditional wife? Do you want to be a provider male? Like all of those things need to be really taken into consideration, because every day that we operate, guys, we're supposed to be working towards that. Okay. We need to be working towards whatever those goals are. So before you just do your deep dive into that, first figure out what is the overall end. What do life look like for you if you were to retire, if you were to have everything that you dreamed of today? Sorry, guys. I thought I had my do not disturb on. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me do the do not disturb. Okay, that's not how you do it. How do you do not disturb? Oh no, don't do this, y'all. I don't even know how to do not disturb on my Mac. How do you do it? Oh, I found it. Okay. Did I? Okay, yes, focus. Okay, do not disturb. Okay, give me 1 second, Instagram. Let me put do not disturb. Okay. All right, perfect. All right, so the first thing, guys, we need to definitely do, like I said, go back and see what the life look like, okay? And then the first thing you want to do is think about what your big goal is, as we talk about. Is it something you have always dreamed of doing, or is it from peer pressure? So a lot of you guys, what I'm realizing is that you're not choosing your life off your personal desires. You're choosing it off what your best friend want. Oh yeah, life look good for her. I went there, I went there, I went there. You know what I mean? That's how y'all be, right? I went there. Oh yeah, flash day. Yeah, he had that big body, and I want that big body S63 too, right? AMG. That's how people think. You guys see stuff and then you want it, but that's not really living life the way you want. That's actually seeing someone else's and getting peer pressured to make that investment. So the reality is, before you can really set real goals, guys, you have to know what you want out of life and who you are as an individual, and not fall prey to peer pressure. Okay. The second thing that you guys need to do is create a formal goal, okay, and write it down. So the formal goal might be, okay, have my wedding in 2 years. So you and your husband may have to plan and save for 2 years, or for you guys to build a home in another country. Like whatever that is, it needs to be written down. So many of you guys are really not living the life that you dream of simply because we're not writing things down and working towards it. Write it down, work towards it. Um, um, Let me see. Do I have my planner down here? No, I don't have my planner. Okay. So I was about to show you guys my affirmation page in my planner. And my affirmation page say how much money I want to make, what life do I want to live, um, what impact do I want to make on the world. And actually, if I look at what my affirmations are, that's the end part of my life. Not when I die, but that's the part where I stop the hustle bustle and I start to do the group home that I want, okay? And then my nonprofit that I want, and those things, okay? Alrighty, so then you need to ask yourself, are you passionate about it? If you're not passionate about that goal, you're not gonna make it. So a lot of you be like, oh yeah, I'm about to make 7 figures, I want to make my first $1 million, but that's where it stops. You're not passionate about it. You're not eat, sleeping, and breathing it. Like when I first became an accountant, I had it in my mission. I said, I'm going to eat, sleep, and breathe this. I want to be the best of the best. When you hear accounting, you think of Folasade. That's always been my goal. And it has nothing to do with other accountants or nothing to do with anybody else. This is my plan. So for me to be the best, I have to read. For me to be the best, I have to stay on top of the laws. For me to be the best, I have to be exactly comfortable in my skin and who I am, because you can't be your best trying to be somebody else. You understand? So the reality is a lot of you are not passionate about what you're doing. This is why your goal setting and achieving those actual goals have been delayed for so many years. Passion really is the thing that ignites the flame under your butt. It's like, oh no, ho, ho, ho. No, I'm not going to get stuck here. I said I was going to do this. You got to let that passion kick you. Okay. And then the thing that you need to do next is commit to it. Once you guys say, I want this life, you got to commit to it. Y'all talk too much sometimes where you like, Flash, I want this, I want this, I want this, but your action doesn't flow with that. Even the way your demeanor doesn't flow with it. Even your actions, I said that already. Your actions and your demeanor don't flow with it. Okay. And then also, guys, you want to now set up an accountability tracker or mechanism. So if you and your girlfriend say y'all about to both start y'all businesses, make sure you guys are each other accountability partners. Don't look at each other as competition. Hey girl, let's meet up every Tuesday and let's go over what we need to be doing in our business to achieve XYZ goals. So you guys need to first go through these things before you just start writing out your goals and doing all of that, because these steps makes it tangible and possible. Remember, they say that a lot of people that what is it? The graveyard is filled with so many bright ideas. And I'm gonna add on top of that, the graveyard is filled with so many goals that were never able to be achieved. And I don't want you guys to die of not achieving at least half of some of your goals, because I'm not. I'm going to do my thing. And I want you guys to be comfortable and do your thing too, okay? All righty. So now we're going to go and successfully set some goals, okay? So first of all, it's all a mental game, guys. Once you say this is the goal you want, you have to actually visually see yourself doing it. Okay. You have to also make the commitment. They say do everything in those SMART goals, guys, which is specific, measurable, actionable, and realistic, which I do believe that you should do it. But if you tend to be like me, where too much paperwork, too much structure, and I don't even know how I became an accountant, too much structure and all that stuff messed me up a little bit and kind of prevents me from achieving all of my goals, then you just want to make sure that you write them down and do a checklist. It don't always have to be measurable and specific and realistic and actionable. Here's why. Because see, we're not in control over the outcome. So you can have a specific goal. However, that may not contribute to the output of your intentions. Or you may have a specific task that's listed, but that task is not congruent with your overall goals. So guys, what I'm realizing is that there's so much fluff out there. Everybody telling you got to do this business plan, this, all, just so much stuff, but nobody telling you guys just do the work. Take the actionable steps. What I would do is make everything actionable. For example, if you say you want to make 100,000, right? First thing you do is divide that 100,000 by 12 months. The second thing you do is divide that 12 months. That 100,000 by the 12 months, and then by weeks, and then by days. Once you know that, then you need to come up with a sales profit plan. Okay, for me to make 5,000 a week, this is what I need to do. I need to post on social media. I need to do this on YouTube. I need to email my email list. I need to go to networking events. That's how I do things. Everybody have their own way of doing things. I know when I try to do it everybody's way and have all this paperwork and documentation, I just got crippled. And that might be that part of my own personal issues, guys. So, but if you are a very intricate type of person, do your do thing. But what I've noticed from how are you working with very, 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 very successful people, they don't have a lot of paperwork and action. The people that have all the business plans and all of this stuff, they get stuck. And I felt the same way at first too, when I used to do all of it. Now, I'm not saying don't create the business plan and all that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is at some point, too much writing, too much documents actually prevents you from executing. And I need you guys to execute. 2024 is the year of execution. Okay. 2020, we was in that pandemic. 2021, we was in that pandemic. I feel as though that was all about family, figuring out who you are, your goals, your future. 2023 was the year of survival. And now we're in 2020, going to 2024. I feel as though 2024 is the year of execution. We survived 2023, the pandemic and everything else. It's now time to take the strength that you've gained from that, the relationship that you've gained from all these years, sitting at home and being on social. Now it's time for you guys to execute on those goals, guys. It's time. Stop sitting back, waiting and watching everybody. Y'all done seen all the scammers come and scam y'all out of that money, y'all. Guess what they doing? They running from the IRS. Hey, call Folasade Day at Suncrest. Why does all the scammers running from the IRS? Yes, they are running from the IRS. And the Department of Justice and everything else, guys. Okay, and then last but not least, guys, you want to go ahead on and, like I said, create your action plans, and then also review your goals on a regular basis. Okay, one thing I'm finding is that when you guys don't achieve your goals, you tend to push it on the back burner. No, don't do that. We have to exercise our mind, because first of all, we don't even think that we can attain a goal. So our mind is playing tricks on us, like, girl, you can't do that. Bro, you can't do that. No, you're not capable, right? So you already have those mind games being played with. And if you don't look at your goals, now you're saying, okay, well, I'm in fear of even trying to look at my goals. So then trying to achieve them, you're going to not being able to execute. Okay. All right, let me go back and share my screen, guys. Oh, goodness, the dog is about to bark. Okay. Alrighty. So now follow through to the end, guys. This is why you need to be clear on what the goals are and things, is because you have to be able to follow through on it. You need to be consistent. You got to be physically, mentally competent. You might need to have an accountability partner. You might have to, sacrifice some parties and some friendships and, some relationships. You may have to go into that sacrificial mode to be able to achieve your goals. I remember when I was in university. Remember, guys, I was a party monster. If you don't know any of my story, I was a party monster at my university years, right? And but one thing I didn't do was allow my girlfriends and us to distract me from my studies. If I had an exam, I made sure I studied for my exam and I didn't go out. But guess what? After that exam, I party. So, but that's also making sure that I met my goal. My goal was to graduate from university, and I'm not going to let partying do it. And a lot of you are allowing naysayers. You're allowing the devil, you're allowing your fear, you're allowing your past and people that don't believe in you, and you're allowing your unhealingness or the fact that you don't feel like you're worth it. Every one of you are worth your set goals because your goals are yours unless you're trying to be like the Joneses, honey. If you're trying to be like the Joneses, then your goals are not yours, okay? But if your goals are yours, you deserve it too. And so start looking at it, exercise your muscle and saying it's possible. Also, what I did is I started to go through my journey because I've been through so much, guys. I used to first write down my day, what it looked like. Oh, on Monday, we wake up at the big house. My mate would do this, my da 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 this, da 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 this. Um, and what I realized over time, that wasn't the life that I wanted. So sometimes we're writing down goals and until we fully imagine what it would take for us to achieve it and the sacrifice, you're like, oh no, I don't want that. And so here's why I didn't want the big house and all of those things is because I will really never be able to stop working. I don't want to have to work for the next 20 years of my life. I don't. I don't want to. But if I go and get a 5,000 square foot house, my mortgage is 8 grand a month, and my utilities and all of that expenses 10 grand, not counting my normal expenses that I have right now, such as the kids' tuition and things like that, then you talk about an upwards of maybe 30 to 40,000 just going into a home. And a lot of you have these big goals. You want this big house, but you never sat back and said, holy cow, how much is it going to take for me to maintain that big house? And there's no need for you to live in that big house and be poor. You think about being in a big house and they can't afford a butler and all that stuff? No. So that means I literally will have to be spending close to $45,000 a month to maintain a big house. Is it worth it? That goal for me, not worth it. So what I did was, and this is one thing I want you guys to take with me if you don't take anything else from me today. Before I just crossed off that list of that goal from my list, I had to talk with my family, because they were part of the goals. So if you are married, if you have children, if you have people that's supposed to go along with you on the journey, they are supposed to know what these goals are, because they are the ones that you are sacrificing to be able to achieve those goals. So when I told the kids that I wanted to be just this big time successful accountant, this, and this, and I asked and I told my children what exactly it would take, my kids said, go for it, right? My kids, I don't know why, they just say go for it. And then as I was going for, I'm like, I don't want that. And then I talked with the kids. I said, babies, I don't want the big house no more. I don't want that. And then I started explaining to them why. And I was convincing. I said, well, mommy's going to have to work forever. Do you want me to be in the house and never play with you guys? Do you want me to be in the house and never spend quality time? They was like, oh, no. I said, well, if we get that big house, then I'm always going to have to work. I said, if we get this big house, we may not really be able to save money and travel freely and do what we want to do. So why am I saying this, guys? Some of you have goals that are not yours. They are what you see on social. They are your girlfriends because life look good for her, but you really don't know that they're living off credit card debt, that they're really off struggling. This is why I really hope and I want you guys to start being independent and exactly who God made you, which is individuals. Because see, a lot of you are causing yourself strife and stress and all of this unnecessary stuff because you're trying to live life for everybody else. What are your goals? Because mine is to not have to work in 10 years. Mine is I could pay my staff, each one of them, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but we are still not overworked. Mine is so I don't have to work Mondays and Fridays like we do now. And well, we do work, but we don't take appointments on Mondays and Fridays. Let me make that clear. We do work. I don't take appointments on Monday and Fridays, but Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm swamped. I dreamed of that. So now I have that freedom where I don't take appointments on Fridays and I don't take appointments on Monday. My staff is used to it. My team and my clients are used to it. That's my dream, to be free. So while everybody else is stressed about Monday morning, me and my staff, we're not worried about it. We clock in, we got our little meetings, and we're done. But that's the dream that I wanted. What is the dream you want for your life? Okay. And before you just write it down, take everybody out of it. Act like you're on this world by yourself. What do your life look like? Okay. All right, guys. And the reason why I want you guys to goal set is because we're going into 2024. And they always said, who said that on Instagram? And I said I was going to give him credit. I don't even remember what he said. He said, preparation beats something. So what I want to say is that us goal setting is preparing for the blessings that God have for you guys. It's letting God know that you still believe in the possibility of the unknown and have faith and everything. So honestly, I really encourage a lot of you guys to do. Let me show you guys one thing. I had Ida, this real estate agent that I know, Ida Robinson, guys. Um, and that's from my Ida Robinson. She always do like a annual what is this? What is it? What is the board? I can't even think of it right now. All right, y'all know what I mean. Vision board. Okay, she do an annual vision board. Um, and so I always attend them and I end up speaking at her events. But what I did was I not only took my vision board from her, but I have it hung up in my closet. I mean, not in my closet. I have it hung up here in the office. Like it's right here behind my desk. And let me show you guys something. Remember, I was featured in Forbes last year. So I'm able to check this off. You see? I said I'm always going to be the original. This is why I don't copy off people content and follow influencers and take their reels and post them to my page. I just take memes, but I'm not taking no other accountants content because I'm always going to be the original, right? You know, mine is a little bit different. Okay. So I said I want to be in Black Enterprise. I'm not really impressed to be in Black Enterprise. They didn't had all the scammers, okay? So I'm not pressed to be in Black Enterprise. But why am I showing you guys? You see, family, that's my priority. Family, okay? And then eventually I'm gonna be an investor. Where's my philanthropist? I thought I had philanthropist. Or giving back. Oh, spiritual. So over the past few years, God has been really leading me to live more of a spiritual life. Yeah. So I recommend you guys start to do your vision board. So right now, why do I got Givenchy down there? I don't know. Oh, and I've been in the news quite a bit. So yeah, guys. Oh, and then I said I want to be free. You see, so guys, sometimes your vision board, it don't have to be like everybody else where you got body. Do I got body on here? Somebody got BBLs and stuff on there. I don't got none of that. You got you want to do it the way you want. So I'm telling the world that I want to be always the original, right? I'm going to be smart. I want to be an investor. My life is primarily about my family. I want to be successful. I'm a queen. I'm going to win. I was already featured in Forbes thanks to my publicist. I put 100 billion. That's because if you help a lot of people, I want to live the good life. I want to be polished. That's always been one of my goals. I never can be polished. And then spiritual. Okay. And then living and be free, stack it, build it. I mean, I want to save. I'm always going to wear my designer. Always reaching for the stars. So it can, wealthy, community, make impact, highly recommended, marriage, love, you see, and then peace, and then fully believe in myself. So your vision board, really, guys, where we are headed, it shouldn't just be about money. It really should be about how life, what is the tranquility? What does life look like for you? Because mine's look like that. I want peace, highly recommended, saving people money, changing the world, making impact, and things like that. So I recommend you guys, let's go ahead on and bring back the vision boards so we can get confident that it's possible. And if I tell you guys, a lot of the stuff I have already accomplished. And that's the thing. So you don't always have to put accomplishments down there. Because a lot of people say, well, if you want to be in every news station, put it there. If you want to do all of that, put your accomplishments down there. I really believe that you should put down what you want to be, what life you want to live. Okay. Alrighty, guys. So my time is up. I am done for the night. I enjoyed myself. I hope that you guys gotten a lot out of today's show. I know it's a bit technical. You guys hate technicality. We hate the technical stuff. And I am overtime. It's 8:09. I was going to do some of the hot topics. I may come live tomorrow because I think my schedule's a bit. No, I think my schedule is swamped. No, my schedule's open tomorrow, I think. So I may go live tomorrow to talk about all of the hot topics and exactly the other layer that we need to do as individuals, guys. Because right now, I told you guys I'm very spiritual. We are suffering, guys. We are suffering, guys. And I was talking with all my spiritual sisters these past couple of days, and the way that God started to show me what's happening with us. I asked him, what am I supposed to do? He said, talk about it. So we'll talk about it, but not today. Okay, guys? So I love you guys so much. You guys stay individuals. Remember, guys, we all have these own fingerprints. This is yours. No one else can replicate your fingerprints. Okay? God didn't make you a duplicate of nobody. Okay? So stop it. Stop trying to become everybody. We're going into 2024. And let me do one thing. Can I just say this, ladies? And I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings or be mean. Can we stop with the filters? Indirectly, you guys are ruining your self-worth and your confidence. When you ask women that use the filters, they say, oh, it's just a filter. No, it's not. You're altering the way you look. And so, like, even when I look a little different, like right now, like if I switch wigs, I look a little different in each week. I don't even like that. So just imagine if I wore filters every day in all of my photos, and I don't do filters at all. So don't ever say, Folasade, I don't do filters at all. I don't at all. I don't take filters. I don't do them. I don't even know how to do them. Okay. But let's say how you guys can get comfortable being who you are as the individual that God wants you guys to be if you're constantly looking at somebody else that's not you. Like, I'm not trying to bash nobody or do anything, but we're going into 2024, guys. Accept who you are. The wigs is fine. We still look the same, right? I don't really do makeup or none of that. I got my little eyes, I don't do none of that. And I'm not saying that you guys have to do that, but what I'm just saying, at least let the filters go. Because a lot of you guys are following, you're weak-minded. You're doing everything because you are not comfortable with who you are. Like, you guys scare me because if you are able to look at pictures and say that's you, and it's 90% don't look like you, we have mental issues now. Mental issues. And no offense to my girlfriend. So if you're looking at this poo, this video have nothing to do with you, honey. Okay, this is me because you probably watch my live stream. Probably like she talk about me. I'm not talking about you, honey. Okay, so if you're my girlfriend and you wear filters, honey, I'm not talking about you. You do you. Me and you already had this discussion before, and I asked you to not do it. You pretty. You don't have to do that. I'm not talking about you. What I'm trying to do now is change the women that actually don't feel beautiful, that actually are beautiful because they keep looking online and social media and trying to use filters for validation. Okay. I want you guys to be your original self. I want you guys, you don't need no BBL, no boob job and all of those extra stuff. You know what I mean? Have your little hair, your little extensions, your little makeup, and you good. I hope that we're going into 2024 where we become, like my thing say, the original, who you are. Because a lot of y'all, you don't even know who you are. Your personality is different around everybody. Yes, thank you, Lauren. Be your authentic self. And honestly, that's how you really achieve your goals. That's really how you achieve your goals. If you're really comfortable with who you are, you'll be unwavering with what we have to do. Because you're not going to be worried about what people say. I know, Lauren. Lauren said most times folks look better natural. They do. They do. They really do. You guys are absolutely beautiful. Don't allow social media to make you think you need filters. You don't. And I'm going to touch on a lot of topics before we go into the 2024 year, because I really know, guys, if you're just new to me, my mission is to change the world, okay? I've been doing this stuff since 2013, okay? So I'm 10 years in the game. And my goal is to change the world. So if it's just 8 of y'all I change and y'all 8 change 15 other people, I'm happy. And then what God is telling me that we are weak because we're succumbed to society, and society is telling you need filters and you need this, you need a BBL and you need a boob job and you need all of this stuff. Guys, you don't need none of that, but to know that God made you uniquely who you are. And if that person do not want you, that is not your person. If you have to alter your body for somebody, that is not your person. If you have to fake the funk or be anything besides who you are, that is not who you're supposed to be getting validation from. Are we clear, guys? I really want you guys to be powerful and strong and be unwavering of who you are. It's so many people out here with their own demonic spirits and their issues and problems. This is actually why we're in a state where we are now. If more people can really tell the truth and be their full self, we will probably be in a much more peaceful society, more economically sound society, a less manipulative, deceptive, destructive, and miserable society. But because you guys want to keep up with the Joneses instead of you being the Joneses, okay, then you are falling short. You're welcome, though. You're going to fall short because you're going to always look for what the next person doing is. This is the thing, guys. Remember, and I'm going to say this before I leave. See, the original gets their ideas from God. The copycat get their ideas from Instagram. So where are you getting your ideas from? Are you getting them from God or are you getting them from Instagram? Are you setting goals according to what God put in your heart? Or are you setting goals because you see that old girl got a BBL and her dude be dropping bands on her, so that's what you want, but you don't know that he probably forced her to blow him off every time he give her a band. But you don't know he probably busts her up her side of her head every time he give her a band. But this is the deceptiveness that this social media have bestowed upon you guys, that everything is better than what you have. It's not, guys. And from an accountant that see these people finances and they discuss their personal issues with, baby, the grass is not greener, honey. These people are faking it until they make it, okay? And it ain't what you think. It ain't, they not living the life, okay? They're not. Promise. I wouldn't lie to you guys. Okay. So, guys, I love you so much. I wish you guys the absolute best. More than likely, I will be live this week again because we're on a mission to, I'm trying to bring wholesomeness back to this world. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. They say the crazy person in the world is the person that think that they can change it. I'm one of those. So I'm gonna bring some more wholesomeness back into this world. Um, and I want to prepare you guys for the journey that we have ahead of us because we have so many battles we're fighting. Right now, guys, we're fighting a spiritual warfare. We're fighting the demonic realms of social media. We're fighting the sins of our friends and our family. From what I've learned, and I'm going to go deeper in this week, is that the majority of the Black community is demonically oppressed, and I'm going to go into that. A lot of us are depressed and not living the life because we just not we on social too much. Like, it's time for us to get off, and I really hope one day that people with pages should only be people that have businesses. People with pages should only have businesses or be like a content creator or something. Okay. And then also doing my reading, guys, I realized that a lot of these platforms are also demonic realms. So, for example, like the Shade Room, Neighborhood Talk, on site. What I learned in my reading is that any platform or any person, any content creator that spews anything besides the Bible, the Word of God, they are all false prophets and leading you guys into demonic depression, oppression, or into their demonic realm. It may be challenging to hear this, but think about this when you depart and when you see this video. So right now, you're probably in a happy mode right now. You right? You're probably happy right now talking to me, right? Not down, depressed. Going to preachers. Let's go on R.C. Blake's or Mr. Vernon, R.A. Vernon. I like those two. Or no, Pastor Ron. Go to my pastor. Sorry, go to Pastor Ron's page. Sorry, Pastor Ron. Go to my pastor, Pastor Ron page. Read some of his content. Watch his video. Now, then go to the shade room and tell me how you feel spiritually. Then go to on site and tell me how you feel spiritually. Please, guys, you guys have to do that test. Do that test for me. And when I come back live, let me know if you felt depressed and sad when you shift from positive content to those platforms. So what they did was they shifted you guys into their demonic realm. And we don't realize it, guys. I just learned this the other day. Here are all my notes. So when I come and talk to you guys about the Bible, I don't play games. I don't go by no pastor. These are all my notes. I don't go by no pastor. This is, sorry, y'all can't see. I don't go by no pastor. These are all my notes from me reading the Bible. These are all my notes. Every time I'm studying a new passage, a new verse, this is all my Bible studies. And so let me tell you, this week alone, because I'm studying demons, page, what does this say? 12:3:23. How do people lose themselves to demons? That's what I talked about. I didn't put the date on this one, but that was before. Okay, 11:21:23. Right? It says, how do demons work? I've been studying this stuff, guys. Then, that's not it. Then I went further. I said, okay, so these are my notes. So they come in us, and I'll go into all of this stuff, guys, because I want you guys, okay, how do demons oppress people? These are all my notes. I've been studying, because I need to know how you guys are getting oppressed by demons. How are you guys following these trends? How are you guys falling far away from God? And so I started to study it. And so we're going to talk about that. So Lauren says, break them demonic covenants and altars. Yes. And you see, Lauren, that's exactly what he's doing. A lot of people are like, well, I don't want to get married again. I don't want to do this. He's breaking down those false, godless marriages. The marriages that are falling, guys, are not biblical marriages. They're not godly marriages, y'all. Those are the ones that look good on social media. Okay? Those are not God marriages. Those are not kingdom marriages that's falling apart. They're not. They don't have the foundation of God. So we are in a bad state. And it's my job, because I can handle the thick skin. That's what Daddy told me. Well, you're powerful enough. If they dog you out, you don't care. Using me so y'all can destroy me. And that's fine. I can take it. I just log off, because remember, I got a whole life. I don't do social media. I just check in, say what I'm going to say for y'all, and comment, false prophet, fake, and I get off and live my real life with my family. But a lot of you guys don't have that. And so you've gotten trapped, and you've gotten oppressed, and we don't realize it, because it looks like everybody is doing it. Only the bad people that's been lured. Oh, that's not even bad, because none of us are really bad. It's just the spirit of badness. Okay. So I'm going to go into all of that over the next couple of days, guys. I wish you guys the absolute best. I love you guys. And just do me one favor. If it's not who you are, let's stop doing it. You don't have to have designer because everybody else have it. You don't have to fake the funk for nobody. Like, stop it. This is why I think I'm so at peace, because I'm comfortable in my spirituality. I'm comfortable with who I am. I don't need nobody to toot my own horn. Everybody around me, they be like, oh, nah. So they call me Sade in real, it depends. Everybody call me different things, right? But some people like, oh, yeah, Sade, she don't need nobody and all of this stuff. And I'm just that person. I've been always, my mother raised me to not follow nobody, not need nobody but God and my family. And I'm talking about my intermediate family. And that's it. However, I got to come and do my work for you guys as well. So guys, I love you so much. Just do you, but do who you are. Don't do Chanel because your girlfriend do Chanel. If you're a Louis girl, do Louis. You know, like if you don't like designer, don't do designer. You don't owe nobody explanation as to why you don't want to flock to their demons. You don't owe nobody explanation as to why you don't want to be lured into something that you can't keep up with. Okay. And the reason why I'm saying this, so we can start having original people going into 2024. I'm tired of seeing all y'all replicas. I'm tired of seeing all of the fakeness. I'm tired of seeing all of the demons and the hate. Like, guys, like, I'm such a sweet person. Like, but I can feel the pain. Like somebody said the other day, I don't know, but oh no, I saw this today. I wanted to cry. Somebody said, I want to be rich like T.I. because I want to be so rich like T.I. because he can't tell Tiny ugly. What? What gives you the right to speak on somebody else's wife looks? What gives people the right to degrade somebody off looks? Do you know God can burn your face today and you will never be beautiful again in your life? But because you guys got so comfortable behind this social media, you're saying stuff that you would never say in nobody else's face. And you're doing stuff and acting a certain way, which you really know you really don't want to be and do. So what gives that man a right to talk about somebody's wife like that and say she's ugly? He want to be rich like her to not see his look. I literally wanted to cry. So guys, we have to do better. We have to do better. Man, I wish y'all could see the way that I see life. Y'all will basically see us burning. I see y'all burning. Everybody greedy about money. Everybody stunting. Like, where the real people at? Where the real people? Or the real, what is Slim Shady? Please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. Where the real people at? Because all I'm seeing fakes, phonies, and replicas online. And we should be past that now. Especially when life has hit all of us with COVID and everything. And then going into this 2024 year, I need all of y'all to be originals because I need all of y'all to be comfortable to stand up for what's wrong. Because there's a lot of things that's happening economically, systematically, globally, that all of you guys that are the replicas, duplicators, y'all will never know and be able to stand up to it. So you got the people like me, Charleston White, who else that stand up for everything? Tony, the closer, all of us gonna have to be fighting for the rest of y'all. Because y'all not originals and who you are. And the devil didn't lure you over to the dark side. So yeah, guys, I love you guys so much. You are absolutely amazing. God made you exactly who you're supposed to be. No replicas, no copycats, guys. You don't need nobody on social media to validate you. Pick up your Bible, y'all. A lot of you guys are suffering from confidence, depression, everything. Pick up your Bible, you guys. Do not pick up social media. Pick your Bible up. Social media will not validate you, will actually make you feel worse. There are studies that show that the moment you log on to social media, you already feel worthless. So why would you continuously log into something that make you feel worthless? Please don't, okay? Pray, open your Bible so when you log on to social media, you can be who you are. When you log on to social media, you be comfortable not having to show your body. When you log on to social media, you're not looking for people to message you in your DMs trying to get a dude. Or you stunting on social media, act like you got big racks, or you rich, but you really broke. Like, I really need all of the originals to really start being original in 2024 and leading people to God and not the devil. One thing I realized, guys, is, and this is on my reading, any person, any platform or anything, or not anything, any personal platform that's takes you away from the word of God or God, they're false prophets and they're slightly demonic. Okay. All right, guys, I love you guys so much. I know that was a mouthful. You're probably like, oh my gosh, Folasade, you going crazy? No, 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 no. Y'all are the ones crazy with what y'all got going on. STDs. Guys, let me go. I love you guys. Because everything connects, guys. One thing I want you guys to understand before I close out. The reason why I talk about all of this stuff is because ultimately, everything you're going through, the way you feel, your level of confidence impact your execution, impacts your thought process, impacts your results. So if you are a follower, if you are a loser, if you're not confident, if you're not secure, you're going to not execute at a high level. You're going to always second guess your decisions. You're going to probably be sometimes in a depression state where you're not able to do work. This is why I have to have these godly conversations with you guys, because if you really want to achieve the success you want, is no one out there that is extremely successful and happy, guys, that did it without God. The people that's extremely successful, that's not happy, the devil is feeding them. And that's another thing I learned. God is not blessing those OnlyFans. It is the devil. God is not blessing the strippers. That is the devil. But I digress. I love you guys. And please be your absolute best. All right. I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow, but definitely next week. I love you guys. Bye.